What's up, guys? This is Brian here. Today, gonna be doing another career retrospect on a certain player. This time, Dwight Clark is the man because recently he passed away, as you all know, on June 4th, 2018. It's a sad time for everyone in Niner Empire, Niner faithful. Rest in peace, Dwight. Condolences to his family. Hopefully, they're coping this as much as they can, as best as possible with this death. And you are always with us, Dwight, as everyone in Niner Empire, Niner Nation, and what have you. Want to just go back to his career from early beginnings all the way until now, especially early beginnings because it kind of relates to me somewhat, a little bit from where he's from. Wanted to go back in his career, see how his career panned out to be because there's a lot of surprises and what have you, and want to go over that, see what he did during his NFL career and post NFL career because he did quite a bit after his post NFL careers. Hope you guys enjoyed this, but before I get the video started, please like and subscribe if you're new to this channel. It really helps out a lot, and let's just get into it. Career retrospect, 49ers legacy on Dwight Clark. Okay, a little background on Dwight Clark. He was born on January 8th, 1957 in Kingston, North Carolina, and later on he moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, went to Garinger High School, which is about 25 minutes from where I live in Charlotte. Garinger High School, it's not that far away from me. He played quarterback there, went to Clemson University, had a pretty good career there, I would say, although people still question him as whether he can play in the NFL and what have you. In his senior season, the Clemson Tigers went 11-1, won the Gator Bowl over Ohio State, and finished 6th in the AP poll, which is pretty damn impressive in college football. And NFL teams didn't really believe in him, including the 49ers as well, because he got drafted in the 10th round, pick 249 in the 1979 draft. Pretty insane because in today's NFL, we do not have a 12th round draft pick because that's how it was back in the day. We only have a 7th round draft pick and then undrafted free agents. So being drafted in the 10th round, that is pretty much in the bottom of the bottom. Clark has stated that he was lucky to even get drafted by an NFL team back in those days. Good for us eventually, but initially it's just a regular guy. He might get cut eventually, but hey, it all worked out. That's a little background information about him. North Carolina guy, went to high school in North Carolina, in Garinger High School, and went to Clemson University and got drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in 1979 as a 10th round pick. Alright, to his San Francisco 49ers career, it was a pretty impressive one, I would say. He made 2 Pro Bowls, made an All-Pro in 1982, won 2 Super Bowls, was part of one of the most famous catches, famous plays in NFL history. The catch, yes, the catch. I mentioned this so many times in my past videos, but Dwight Clark is the poster boy for that, and he is the reason why the 49ers got into a great start, into a dynasty that it was in the 1980s and even early 1990s as well. Dwight Clark and Joe Montana were the reasons why, is because of the catch and being able to beat the Dallas Cowboys, the big bad Dallas Cowboys, in a very tight NFC Championship game in 1981 and defeat the Cincinnati Bengals later on in that Super Bowl. Also, he won a Super Bowl when they defeated the Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl 19. Pretty impressive there. His whole career, not that bad at all. If I had 2 highlighted seasons, it's his Pro Bowl seasons, 1981, 1982. As I said, 1981 is when they won their Super Bowl. Had 1105 receiving yards, had 4 touchdowns. He had 913 yards in 1982 and had 5 touchdowns during that year. The most touchdowns career high for a season is in 1985 when he had 10 touchdowns, which is not that bad concerning the fact that they had a lot of good talent back in those days, even though Jerry Rice wasn't there, but he was still an integral part of the offense. And I want to talk about the catch a little bit more. It was kind of a messed up play, to be honest with you. It was not supposed to happen. It was supposed to be Joe Montana to Freddie Sullivan, but Freddie Sullivan accidentally tripped or something like that, and then Dwight Clark went all the way to the end zone, made it out, had to jump pretty high to get that catch, and he was successful at that. So a little note there. It was not supposed to happen, but hey, accidents happen, and it was one of the greatest accidents in 49er history. I will take that. His career ended with 48 touchdowns, 6,750 yards. He averaged 13.3 yards per reception, which is pretty damn impressive. That's more than a down per reception. I always say if you can get more than 10 per yards a reception, then that's pretty impressive because you're moving the ball and you're doing stuff after the catch as well. I think Bill Walsh's West Coast offense really emphasized that. Not just catching the ball and dropping down and getting the yard. You want to catch the ball and keep going, keep going, keep going. Little vertical passes as well. That really helps. Not just throwing it deep all the time. Maybe throwing some quick screens and just going after, just running after, being a running back. I think Bill Walsh was a genius at that, and Dwight Clark was pretty damn good at that as well. I can't really say anything else. Pretty impressive career 2 Super Bowls, as I said. Later on, he got his number retired, number 87. So it's an iconic number there. I think everyone knows what 87 is when you go to Levi Stadium now. It's a pretty cool number, I guess you can say. So yeah, career overall, fantastic. Started a dynasty. Him teaming up with Joe Montana. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, his post-NFL career. So after he retired from the San Francisco 49ers as a player, he decided to join the executive office for the 49ers. And later on, in the late 90s, he became the general manager and director of football operations for the Cleveland Browns of all teams. Yes, from 1999 to 2002. Kind of a... I don't know what you want to call it. Was it good or bad? I mean, he did kind of goof up, not going to lie, when he drafted Spurgeon Wynn over Tom Brady. I think that's a pretty big blot in his general manager career. But he was a general manager after the hand. He resigned in 2002 later on. So that was pretty much his executive career. I would say it's a big flop, but not everyone can be a successful general manager. It's really hard to be a general manager, and I guess he found out that it was not easy being a GM and director of football operations. After that, he was diagnosed with ALS years later in 2017 on March. That was a pretty sad day for everyone, and he said he attested playing football as a reason for having ALS after suffering 3 concussions in his playing career. Oh man, football has its ups and downs. It has a big ups, but it can have its big downs later on, and he's blaming concussions as the reason for having ALS. It kind of sucks. Football is a tough sport, but I guess you can't really do anything about that. I mean, back in his day, they didn't know what ALS was as much as we know today. Players aren't aware getting out of college on the dangers of football, because football is a very dangerous sport. Back in Dwight's day, you just played football and just played football. Took a big punishment back in those days just because of the fact that the NFL wasn't as soft as it is today. You can hit hard. Defensive back can just lay you out. He was part of that era of football. Unfortunately, the concussions were a contributing factor to getting ALS, and unfortunately on June 4th, which was a couple of days ago, he passed away from the disease, and it was a sad moment for everyone in San Francisco. So hopefully the 49ers organization, they can do a pretty cool thing, have a big contribution, tribute season to him in 2018 for this upcoming season. He deserves it big time. He was a big part of the San Francisco 49ers organization, made one of the most famous plays in NFL history. I think he deserves to be up there as a legend in San Francisco 49er lore. Can't really say anything else. I appreciate Dwight Clark, everything he did in San Francisco. Thank you for everything you did in the early 1980s. Hopefully your family is coping with your loss in the best way possible. That's all I can say, and hopefully you rest in peace. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Just wanted to cover Dwight Clark a little bit. It was kind of sad, as I said, that he passed away, but I guess everyone passes away eventually. So I'm going to keep it like that. You guys, please let me know what you guys think about Dwight Clark. Tell me any career highlights that you have if you were alive to watch Dwight Clark. Anything interesting. I wasn't alive, obviously, so I don't have as much knowledge of Dwight Clark playing, although I watched a little bit of highlights and know the catch, but that's pretty much it. I wish I knew more about him just because of the fact that I wasn't alive to watch him play with Joe Montana and what have you. I'm going to keep it like that. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you want with this, and I will be catching you guys up another time when I do another top 3 video tomorrow. I'll see y'all then. Bye guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day.